started to make another playlist just because I thought something was a little revelation I had was kind of funny. That my video "80s hair" and of me sitting in the car in the parking lot was very much akin to, like, I kind of realized in retrospect what I was doing when I thought of the Cure love song video that I talked about before, that kind of represents Scorpio energy, like brooding in your cave and alone and like in the depths of, you know, the ocean, and just being, I don't know, I remember how she described Scorpio energy, but just being like alone and creepy. But with my Venus in Scorpio, just like, all right, well, you're not giving me what I want. You're not giving me enough attention. You're not paying attention to me. And I don't like what these other people are saying or doing about me. And you're hurting my feelings. And this is too much pressure. This is not what I want. I just want to be with him. And since none of that is happening, I'm just going to go brood in my car and take videos of myself, because at least I'm pretty to look at. Unlike these 65-year-old congressmen or commentators on the news that were like talking about songs that are meant to like fit a mood and be sexy, and they're like, oh, it's Biden's just so vulnerable. I'm like, get off my station, it's not for you. So yeah, it wasn't planned that way. It was more so just like a, oh, I see what I'm doing. Being a sulking Scorpio in love. Alone by myself. Just gonna say something else. But yeah. Love the drive-bys. They're funny. They're fun. But if your intention is to like actually hang out with me, I'm just kind of like, okay. As they like drive past, I'm like, that's nice. See ya. I mean, and they keep driving. I'm just, all right, I'll be here. Especially without a car. I'm like, how long does it take to get a freaking converter? I don't know. But I can't drive my car until, so I'm like, what do you want me to do? Chase after you, like on foot? No, I'll just be here if you feel like coming back. Anyways, I'm just like so over it. Except for this rose hair body oil. The shower. Still, I think, how long ago was that I was like, I need to do laundry, and I was doing one of these videos. Still have not done laundry. Now I'm totally out of clothes and clean clothes and like no underwear. So I guess I'll be going commando. That reminds me of a scene in Factory Girl. Like all this sort of just like aligned. I didn't mean for it to happen. At least not consciously, like maybe in my subconscious. And they're like shopping at the flea market. She's like going through all her money and like, see, if I had a trust fund, I would have not been so freaking irresponsible. But and she's like, said something. It's not important. I already stopped wearing underwear. What else do I have to do? You know, it's the little things that add up, though. You know, like I can go without that. I can go without that, and then eventually you're like, wait, I've been going without like these things that are pretty basic and necessary. And collectively, it really makes you feel like you are like not making it, you know. And you're just like, I just want anything that I actually like really want, you know, or anyone, or just like the things the things that actually make me, I'm like, can I just have anything I actually want? Can I just have anything that really actually improves my life, and not any of the stuff that I've said I don't want, or the people, or the industries, or the job, the responsibilities of a job that I'm like, no thanks. That was never my goal, especially not without pay, because that only detracts from my life. And it's just an aspect of this entire art project, working with time, and all that. But I'm like, okay, if like certain boundaries can't be respected, and the things that I've said are important to me aren't respected and given space, and people make assumptions and are just mean and annoying on TV, I'm like, why the hell would I want you here? Like, you're annoying. Go away. You take every inspiration, or you have taken every inspiration and big idea that I've had and made it about you and didn't even give credit. Like, I'm here for you. Like, I'm just doing this for you. And it's like I said in my writing, these aren't my issues. If you get me, like, I don't have some huge issue about things needing to be mine. I mean, it becomes that when you take everything. And it is important to have something that just belongs to you, that you are, especially in personal life and, characteristics, things like that, things that make up who you are. It's important. And with your art is a reflection of that, and what you talk about and what you pull together is a reflection of that, and your concepts, then that is you. And then people just pick it apart and take it as if like I'm here to be some sort of, I don't know what they think, but I have zero care for what they think. I could give two shits. Like, I honestly, out of fucks, like, I was never doing this for them to be like, I don't know, this is the exact opposite of what I want, what an Aries midheaven is after, of what even a Sagittarius wants, as far as being able to expand and try new things. And I don't know, I just and learn and talk about things, and it not be some sort of, I don't know why people think everything is for them, but it's not. And they have to listen when I say that, when I've changed my mind, when I've put this in a different direction, when I've said something bothers me, because at the end of the day, it is not vital for them to be here at all. I don't even want them here. And it is not important to me that they remain here, because they only drag me down and drain me of energy and distract me and exhaust my mental capacities and emotions. And I'm like, all I want to do is turn on the TV, zone out, and like, hear about what's going on in the world, and not have creepy people like who are watching this like quoting me back and linking me to creepy people. I'm just like, get away. This is the exact opposite of what I want. I don't want to be here stuck behind a screen and having all these people just pretend like they're me. Like, this is my worst fucking nightmare. Don't you understand that? Like, yeah, just putting on a show, I guess, for people were to look up. As they drive by, you can really see and know. I have a robe on, it's fine. But it is like just, I don't mind sharing collaborative efforts and things like that. And like, if it's that important to you to take the credit for something and pretend like you came up with that saying or that whatever, fine. Here, take it. Like, that's not the end all and be all. But like I said, things just add up. And when it is going against what you want in a direction you don't want, it's like you have to step in and try to change it. And that's what I've been trying to do. But people just brush it off. And I'm like, who gives you the right to do that? Didn't I say this is just as much of reality as any reality show? If you are putting that excuse of like performance on me, because what did I also say? That I'm documenting my real life experiences and my feelings and how I see things in the world and perspectives and all that and ideas at that point in time, so that I can go back and look at it and build upon that. And nothing's written in stone. It's not for them to like, it's for me to gain from, for me to grow from. It's my process, it's my progress, it's my art channel, it's my train of thought, it's my thinking, it's my collection, it's my archive of what I think are mostly beautiful campaigns and artistically inspiring, aesthetically inspiring things. But I had no idea that people were like undermining me and putting things in their songs to make me look a certain way. And like, I was just like, okay, I had, no idea that it was. And I'm like, at the end, how could you say it's for me or about me if you didn't even send me a link? Be like, look what I made for you. I'm just supposed to guess that some anonymous person is not just trying to fuck with me or make it about them or steal or taunt or whatever, You don't know people, you don't know where they're coming from. I'm just so over that. Still no one's talked. Still nothing's changed. Still have these people in the news just thinking it's for them, and it's for me. At this point, it's for me. And I don't see there'd be nothing wrong with that. Every other artist, singer, whatever, is doing it because they like what they do. And I think first and foremost, they make it for themselves. That is what being an artist is. You're not like, it's great when people can partake and participate and enjoy and appreciate and, expand their minds or something, or see things in a new way or light or connect with people. But like, if you hated doing it, you wouldn't do it. If like you had no passion for making music, you wouldn't do it. Ultimately, it's for you. So I'm like so insulted that people, first of all, come into my space, have all these expectations, invade my personal private life, decide it's for them or what it's about, and then decide for themselves that they should hold me to certain standards or ways of functioning or working in this world, or things I want and things I should feel and things I should do. And I'm like, get out of here. I don't tell you what to do with your life. I don't tell you how to live your life. I don't tell you what to do with it, how to feel. Things have been upsetting and they're not how I want. So I cut it off. Like, it's not doing that anymore. Like, this is really simple to get. People didn't respect my boundaries. I was disrespected and insulted. I don't get credit. I don't get paid. Obviously, I'm not going to do anything for people that those things would normally be part of. And what I do create or pull together or talk about is just, finishing a few things up, some last ditch efforts, summing things up, any last minute like revelations or connections I thought were important to point out, or things I forgot to do. But ultimately it's just all those things revolve around things I wanted to do, things that are about my art and things I wanted to finish up or convey to certain people or express or make or pull together. I'm not trying to imply anything beyond that, and everything I say as far as who I am and my past, is facts, things that I know for sure, and how I feel, how certain things are. It's very confusing, I think, for people to get or understand. And they're always welcome to talk to me in person, and ask, and I think every situation is different. Like, you're not just a robot, and this is how you function in every situation or scenario or dynamic or thing that's said to you. That, like, I'm a person. And I have feelings and I have desires and hopes and wants and dreams and things that I want for my life and things that make me happy. And none of that really includes this. And besides just doing it for myself for connection's sake and because you've taken every other incentive and motivation and reason to do it. You take the inspiration, you take my work, things for yourself, you don't give credit, you don't pay, you stress me out, you annoy me, you undermine me, you make me look bad. Like, honestly, like, there's zero that I would want to do with any of that. So I'm just, anything I do is for me, and just to connect with maybe a couple of people, or, you know, anyone I still like, designers, things that I'm still like cool with and supportive of. But like, that's it. It's just, you know, videos, and I'm not trying to imply anything. This last playlist became something more so about like releasing vices and karma and things like that. You know, it wasn't the intent at all about starting the playlist, or even how I changed it into entanglement to demonstrate entanglement at the same time of it just being expressive about how I felt about him and that night and things like that. Or just some cool connections, you know, things that I kind of think fit the mood, and just fillers, you know, just sort of to make up a playlist and whatnot. And I mean, when I made the connections to certain songs I've been listening to, like Hypnotize, Something's Say About You, and Dancing on the Table, and that all came from the real Edie video and her dancing on the tables, and just these things that you can like highlight about someone's personality, but like, and also show that it came from them, that it's them they're talking about, and just how certain traits in certain women throughout history, like Edie, like Marie Antoinette, just are often misplaced judgments, or have they had the opportunity to use their smarts or their kind of, Edie I think was pretty like sneaky and sly, but had she been able to focus that energy into some sort of career or something that, you know, that requires that, you know, it's all very like, her quote, you know, everywhere I've been very notorious, but very innocently so. It's just like the perceptions that men especially, but other women too, put on people, especially women, and especially like quote unquote attractive women, or, you know, people that are perceived to have it all, or not have struggled in life or something like that, because you just never know what's gone on behind the scenes, or you know, in your personal, like, people don't talk about that. But it's just so weird to me that people think that when I do talk about things I've struggled with, and that's all just honest, you know, I'm not hiding anything either. They don't believe me or something. They think that I'm still hiding something. I'm like, no, I didn't write these songs. I'm not trying to imply anything. Snow on the beach. It's pretty, snow by the beach, you know, but like, I'm sure people are thinking I'm talking about coke since I mentioned vices. I'm like, no, actually that song was just in there. The snow was falling. I wished he had come pick me up. It's kind of a pretty song, and beach volleyball court or something that was on the map. I don't know. Whatever. There's just a multitude of reasons why I added certain videos prior to it being pulled together into a more, not even more focused, because the main focus still remains what it is, but these other aspects and things to explore about oneself, especially if you are with someone or something like that. Like, these are interesting things to talk about, past lives, and how, if that were a thing, how that would, if that was real, how that would actually translate into like the things that you carry over from life to life. And or are you completely your own person, totally different? Are you dealing with the same karmic issues, or are they just, that one video say it's not that you haven't solved the issues, that they keep presenting themselves, it might just get easier for you to deal with. You know, in some very slight attempt to make this not like, to also diffuse attention a little bit, because honestly, like, the things that people talk about in their videos, I'm like, I've never had to deal with that, thankfully. Like, I'm glad I've not had to deal with some drinking addiction or something, or like that, you know, or hardcore drug addiction or anything like that, or you know, I'm so glad I didn't have the parents that Edie did. You know, I had a really healthy like relationship with both my parents growing up, and there was never anything inappropriate. So, but people, I don't know, maybe they just assume, and that's the point of putting up the price of pretty and privilege, and just people like myself who are assumed to be a certain way because of the way you look or the way that you maybe even just talk. People are like, oh, you're high, or you are just so laid back, or what. I'm like, it's just how I talk. I don't know what I need to tell you. You know, and the things that people put on you and punish you for, and like, oh, we're going to withhold money because you seem like someone who has money. And I'm like, actually, I'm only stuck here because I have none. And I'm here like living a life I hate, without independence and space and things like that. And the feeling of pride you have in setting up your own home and designing it the way you want, and all these things that are important to me, and the comfort and the things that you need and stability in your life in order to be able to feel concrete in your life, in order to give to others anyways. Like, people just expect to like that I'm happy with the way things are, and they don't listen otherwise. And I'm like, no. And if that's how you're going to be, then you can go, because I'm not going to keep repeating a cycle that is not bringing me joy or happiness. And the things I want in life, or the people, or anything that's keeping me separate, or anything. I'm not going to help people who inflicted that upon me either. And the fact that they think I would is just completely delusional, holding me to some standard of like mercy and forgiveness that I don't have or want, because I have no desire to work for them. And also thinking of themselves as really important, special, selfless, and deserving, and entitled, and narcissistic, and all these things. And I'm like, clearly you are projecting all of that onto me, because I have no feeling of wanting to help you, no desire to help people that hurt my life, who hindered my life, who held me back, that came in between me and someone else, who withheld things that I need, that made my life a fucking living hell. And I might let it go in some sense, or just forget about it and move forward. But I can't if they are continually provoking and following me and using my life in a way I don't want. And I have to keep fighting. I'm just like, I want you to leave me alone so I can live my life, because you do not matter to it. You are not important to it. You're not vital to it. You bring nothing but pain and unhappiness to it. So get the fuck out. And I have every right to say that. And I'm not going to be unhappy just so that you fucks can be happy, because you made my life a living hell.